that was who I was. Like I was a stoner.
I was a
Essentially,
stoner.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
same.
So it's like once I invest that much of myself into it, like what else am I? Like I don't have room for anything else. That's what I don't like about labels a lot of the time, because like I was a stoner, so I couldn't be engaged in school. I couldn't be engaged in sports. I couldn't like have friends outside the circle. Like I was a stoner. Like that was the top priority. Yeah.
And at first, I think whenever I got that like label where like I was a stoner, because I mean, as I had mentioned, like I'd started off in elementary school and junior high being like kind of like the depressed weird kid. Like they were like, you're the emo kid, and like that's how I was labeled. And so it's like first I was the annoying kid, the high energy kid. Then I was the emo kid because getting called annoying made me freaking sad. And so then I get to high school and like I have this opportunity to kind of redefine myself. And even though I was doing so much other stuff, like I was involved in the music department, like I was in band, I was in choir, I was doing theater, and I was doing lead roles in the musicals. No one like really saw me as that. Everyone saw me as a stoner, and that was the thing. And I think I was definitely fine with it at first because I was like, well, at least they're not calling me like emo anymore and sad, and like they think I'm fun to be around now, so like this is cool. Sure, yeah. And then you kind of start to play it up and you're like, yeah, like being the stoner, and it definitely becomes a big part of your identity. But then it can leave you feeling pretty empty whenever you start to feel less fulfilled by all the other things that you had in your life before you started smoking weed all the time.
Yeah, because your identity like collapses, right? It's like, this is who I was. I'm not that anymore. Then what am I? I have no idea.
And I think at first, like I could handle the label because it made me comfortable because it was something new. But then, and I could separate myself. I'm like, oh, everyone thinks I'm a stoner. But then after a while, you start to self-identify as such. You're like, you believe it because that's what people tell you all the time. And so then that's when it becomes like really ingrained, I think. And then it's scary, the idea of not smoking weed anymore, because your identity is like so tied to this thing. But then it feels good whenever you can kind of move beyond it and break free from it, even though it's like now still what I'm doing is like talking about cannabis and substance use, but it's in a way that people, I guess, find more respectable. So
yeah. It's weird how that works.
Yeah. They're like, stop talking about weed, okay? And then they're like, wait, can you come talk about weed? And I'm like, okay, yeah. But
cannabis didn't just offer me an escape. It was like part of my identity. Cannabis was always a big part of my life when I was younger. I used to deal it, I used to smoke it, I used to eat it, I used to do anything I could with it to grasp some sort of high or euphoria feeling that got me away from the present moment.